Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath424?
FamilyMath. Yeah, I think it is 424. So after our Mandelbrot project yesterday, Dan Anderson sent us a program he had written, and you've been playing around with it for about 10 minutes. So, what were some of the things you thought about with this program?
Well, I was trying when I got to. Can I do?
Yeah, sure.
So.
Why don't you explain what you're doing?
So I'm just this starts with a circle and sharpening the image so it looks like a Mandelbrot.
Okay.
So then I zoomed in on this crease part here, and then when I got in on the crease part, I went in, and then I kept going down until I got to the end of the crease.
Uh-huh.
And then I found that there were these clover-like things. They weren't Mandelbrots, but they were in this Mandelbrot picture. And then after a while, I couldn't find another Mandelbrot shape.
Huh.
So
Well,
they were really, really small.
Yeah, they were. They were super small. You were zoomed in really far. Do you want to zoom in a different place and see what we see while we're on camera?
Let's see. This might not. Let me just sharpen it. Maybe you can zoom in on this bit here.
Okay.
Might be a glitch, but so it's right here. Looks like another Mandelbrot. Yeah. And there's this tiny thing out here. You can go.
Yeah, sure. You can do whatever you want.
So this looks to be very, very tiny Mandelbrot. And I think we can find this, this is what we were originally going for on the big Mandelbrot, which was this. Here.
So you just keep zooming in, and it looks like you keep finding these little
Mandelbrots.
Little Mandelbrots.
I keep zooming in. Sharpen.
Do you notice anything about this one compared to the original one?
It's not. It has these little trails going off.
Okay.
So I think this might be a mini Mandelbrot here, but there's these trails connecting to it. So this isn't in high enough resolution. So there's these little trails. This might be a Mandelbrot.
Yeah, I wonder how much you have to up the resolution to tell.
It's kind of shrinking into the Mandelbrot shape. And now, yeah, it was a Mandelbrot. And if we go into it, yep. Let's see. Zoom in. Now these trails are getting thick. Are they supposed to be? This is like a lower resolution Mandelbrot, even though we're at 1601 resolution. Yeah. So the mini Mandelbrot would be around here. So it just keep zooming in farther and farther, and you find so the Mandelbrot is actually still here. We think.
Yeah. Why don't you up the resolution and see what we end up seeing.
The chain paths are getting smaller. They're disappearing almost. 2001, they're almost gone. They're not quite gone yet.
So do you think that shape's becoming like a Mandelbrot?
Let's see. Pretty low resolution, but actually it looks like it fits the shape, but the crease isn't there. It's a very low resolution.
Yeah, it is very low resolution, but
so
I mean, at some point it starts to get hard to tell whether we're we just can't see it. But so, what do you think's interesting about the Mandelbrot set?
So, like here, if we zoom in really, really far, we just keep finding copies of it.
Uh huh.
And then we can zoom in far and find copies of that.
Uh-huh. Did we always find copies of it though when we zoomed
Well, no, this one might not be a copy,
in? Okay.
but it was the right place.
Yeah, and sometimes you see interesting areas, like see this triple intersection here?
Yeah.
Like that's probably not going to look like a Mandelbrot, but maybe it'll look something like something else. But there's lots of other triple intersections around too.
Yeah. It's like this one here. And
Yeah.
that one. Could go to this one. Oh, taking. So this isn't part of the mini Mandelbrot.
Oh.
So
So now we start seeing shapes that look a little different.
Yeah. Looks kind of. There's these star shapes.
Do you remember the fairly simple equation that produced this?
I think it was z squared plus like I or something.
Well, it's close. You take your point, whatever your starting point is, C,
C.
you call it, and you just keep squaring it and
C
adding
squared.
C.
C squared plus C.
Z squared plus C.
And then you take the ones that don't go to infinity.
Yeah. All right, cool. Do you like this?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, you can play around with it a little more too.